before, man, and it is not ended well for you.
Well, you gotta have strong opinions one way or another. Both teams can win. I just think Secret is on another level right now.
Yep, that's the ultimate Dota thing. Like, anybody can win at any time. Like, Dota Plus very rarely ever shows you a 100% victory going one way, which means there's always that 1% chance. But I am interested to see how the next assassin plays out. It was one of the picks that the panel was talking about, potential counter pick towards a Tinker, who was another hero we're throwing up for both sides of the fence.
Yep. We were talking about it backstage, actually, with Pi, BSJ, and Fogged and Gran, all during the break. It's cool. There's so many people here, by the way. It's great. There's always people to bounce ideas off of. But we all believe that Tinker should be counted as not just like a great... He's one of the Exodia heroes, okay? There's Meepo, Huskar, Brood, Alchemist, and I really think that fifth one is Tinker. And I think he's going to catch on by the end of this tournament because he really would have crushed both teams' drafts if you removed the Nyx from NiP.
The battle for the runes is already beginning. On top, there will be Saxa with a nice stun to keep Zai out. And that will mean that the Team Secret, they will claim 2 of the 4, and same for NiP. So pretty well balanced. It will be Ace with the Wyvern of PPD towards that off lane. Ace gets to enjoy playing up against his former team. And he'll even play up against his replacement, Nisha, who's on that bottom lane. So it'll be Nisha and Puppey together. And then that mid lane, Fada going up against mid one. Should be an interesting battle. A lot of harass. You're actually saying in the previous series, like, the harass game just doesn't work. How does it work, though, with a Huskar when you got these burning spears?
That's a different story, because Huskar also can orb walk. And that makes it a far easier task to harass someone out of lane because you're never drawing creep aggro. And especially when you're up against the melee.
Terrorblade, you're actually not looking too good. That's 5 stacks, 6 stacks of Shadow Poison. 32 HP Ace will drop down to, and he'll have his salve cancelled off as well. Oh, Puppey.
Really well done by Puppey. And I love the build, too. Just 4 mangoes. So he's always able to threaten more poison stacks. You don't want to have mana pots because Shadow Demon's a snowballer. You have to keep these stacks going if you're actually going to do the damage. And as you can see, he's just chasing down Peter. Meta just faded as well.
Oh, Puppey is, like, what's he going to... He's not going to burn another mango. He missed the 4th stack. Mid one's already burned through his salve, Fada. Mid one doesn't even get through the full duration of it, and Fada's just going to town. That's 7, 8, 9, 10 burning spears. Mid one knows he's dead. The torrent won't connect, and Fada muscling out the Conqueror in the mid lane.
Although mid one is getting a lot of CS, which you want to have this go down. If you're going to lose a lane, do it because you're dying. You don't want to be in a position as a Conqueror where you're just unable to CS at all. However, this lane never gets any easier, especially when Fata gets hill control. This is something mid one's got to fix ASAP, because if that lane stays where Fata can control it, mid one's never able to CS because, again, the orb walking. You're always going to take spear damage, and you can't counter harass.
You got rotations from NiP, so Saxa going to head down to the bottom lane. Puppey with the double damage rune. Doesn't have a lot of mana to work with, but that's the reason why mangoes. And they turn over. So the stump, it's good. And control, Nisha does not have waveform. And when adaptive strike as well as the attribute shift, so no way to escape the gank. And that's 2-0 up now for NiP.
I like what they've done. They recognize that they can bring 3 down bottom and crush an incredibly weak lane in Shadow Demon Morphling, because up top, it's a Pango Enigma. You're never going to apply pressure here, but neither are they. You can't kill an Enigma, or sorry, a Necro with these 2 heroes, and Necro's always able to push the wave. So Mind Control is going to win this lane, or at least trade 1v2. And bottom, you can dominate.
Well, Yap's going to try and add some of the pressure. The conversions will die, however, with the jump forward from Pango. They may just have enough damage to get through Mind Control. He doesn't have any level of Ghost Shroud, but it will not matter. It seems just backing off, and you're right, Necro can survive.
Yep. And the way Enigma lanes want to play is just passive, bring the lanes back, utilize a slow but steady GPM increase, because you're denying and farming jungle when the enemy team can't. But if you're going to lose your mid and your bottom lane in trade, it's not worth it anymore. And NiP recognizing how you have to address this Enigma, at least in the laning phase.
I think they're looking for a go on bottom lane. Disruption is out with Catcher. The follow-up and a spike carapace from the next assassin, stunning up both Nisha as well as Puppey. But Nisha into the trees. He's strength morphing up. Does he have enough? He jukes them! He goes down, he comes back up again, and NiP, it's okay. They have another stun available, maybe with a Splinter Blast and slow. Nisha just does not have a way to survive. He will go down. and Mind Control forcing Zai back, and this gank from YapzOr, it's such a waste of time. He's been underneath that dire observe ward for so long that even when he rotates in towards the mid, Fada knows he's safe.
Yep. And it's just huge issues now for Secret because you can't recover the lanes anymore. The benefit of the NiP draft is once they're ahead, Necro Huskar, they turn that advantage into survivability, just raw survivability. You can no longer take them out with the mid-game and very ultimate-dependent lineup of Secret.
Secret, they had such, I don't want to say an easy run in their first series, but NiP have really challenged them. Great movement around the lanes, great drafting as well. Battling up against this Nisha Morphling who had an unbelievable game previously. But this is still only the very early game. Yes, the CS and the gold is definitely going the way of NiP. You've got runes up in 7 seconds and they're already looking to contest it. So Puppy's coming over. YapzOr's here to try and help it out. And it's that rotation of these Team Secret supports trying to have a bigger influence. And maybe they have a chance to get PPD, but the poison doesn't reach him. PPD will be fine. Gets up the hill and away.
This is troubling. This is the dream Necro game for Mind Control. Obviously, ringing for NiP as a stand-in, but it doesn't really matter how much you play with the team. This Necro is, with this bunch of a lead, you played the same pretty much every game. You just take over. And I like what Zayas Pangos did. He's got a bottle. He's just trying to spam creep waves to try and get some CS, but you can never kill Necro or even harass him. So
they're coming again down to bottom lane once again. This observe was giving Nisha a little bit more confidence to stay where he is. Just seeing the other side of the tree, so Splinter Blast from Wyvern's the only harassment against him. There's this top lane fun as well between Mind Controllers and Zai. And I don't know what he's meant to do there, but then you look towards mid. Mid one started jungling. As Fada hits level 6, he's almost level 7. He's ready for a quick jump, he just needs some help.
I like what YapzOr has done here, though. Instead of being top, where, as we discussed, he can't do anything to a Necro, he's safeguarding mid lane in a way for mid one, helping him stay alive. Oh, no.
Yep, there's your jump in towards mid. Mid one begins his TP out very, very quickly. Nisha as well is copying a hell of a lot of damage on the bottom lane. Sox is just being more of a nuisance in the jungle. But Nisha's copped 2 blasts, Splinter Blast from PPD to the face. Yeah, and he's trying to get his life back to try and fight against Ace, but Ace just turns in that metamorphosis.
It's incredible how well Nisha's done down bottom, though. He's 23 and 19 against the 17 and 12 Terrorblade. I cannot believe that he's kept up. It's very impressive.
Even the net worth's not that bad. Like, he has cracked, he's got the same amount of net worth as Ace.
So the main issue is this mid lane. And as you said at the start, PPD actually selected, he had priority, he chose second pick. And it's, I believe, because he and a lot of all these other teams placed this high priority on having that 10th pick, which more often than not is a 1-to-1 counter for whatever the enemy side picked mid. And in this case, it also has the benefit of being a major component of NiP's win condition. And the Aegis carrier. You hate having a TB that needs to pick up the Aegis for your squad.
Nisha is trying to bait them in to try and fight. Puppy's actually leaving. He's TPing all the way back to base. He's got nothing more to give. He's burned all of his mana, so Nisha has to be careful. Up on top, that's going to miss. But, and Nisha, if Saxa, he's waiting for Nisha to hit him so he can hit the Spike Carapace, then the follow-up into the Impale. The strength morphing up. He's making this really hard for him. He's going all the way down with agility. PPD, they know where he is thanks to that observer wall that was already down. And Team Secret, they just want to put 1 kill on the board with a rotation of mid 1. They will find it. So finally chalking 1 up.
This is the thing, though. Eventually, as you can see, NiP is going to have to abandon bottom because Morphling just gets too strong. Mid, YapzOr not level 6.
They don't have X marks to spot as well, so they can't control up Fada's position. But they need a hell of a lot more damage than what they've got. And something which isn't just the magical.
Yep. You got to keep in mind, though, the way NiP's lineup works is that it's supposed to be ahead, but it needs to stay ahead. Huskar and Necro can't influence the map or the game if they're not so powerful. It requires more enemy heroes to address their influence. It's going to be key that NiP starts to turn this 3K advantage into towers. As you can see, the Necro TP has smoke with ult ready.
Yep.
This is the sort of play you need to make. You've got to kill Nisha, get to tower, get the momentum rolling.
Yeah, if you can get a Reaper Scythe onto him as well, he's going to be down for so long that momentum into the tower will be even more effective. And PPD, all he needs to do is just hit him with a Splinter Blast and then follow into the Reaper Scythe. The damage is not enough to get the kill on him. And Nisha waveforms underneath the tower, strength morphs up, and they do not find the kill that they were looking for.
Oh, bottom the mid ones. This is the SD Conquer combo.
Yep, SD just disrupted up, follow up Torrent, and they've got so much poison onto PPD. The ship flies forward, and with the X mark, pull him back. The mid one for his second rotation to the bottom lane finds his second kill of the game as Pango jumps around and Zai killing off Saksa.
Well played by Zai. His Pango, I think, I was talking with Moon at the minor. His theory is that only ex-Han players can play Pangolier because he's almost straight out of the game. His abilities are like real weird, vector targeting, etc., etc. The best three are Boxy, Moon, and Zai. And it's always a treat to watch one of these superstars make this hero look absolutely broken, which I personally believe he is.
10-minute bounty runes are under attack as nice Torrent actually keeps farther away for a little bit of time, so Puppey tries to juke in the fog of war, begins his TP out, and they won't see him, they won't have the damage. Puppey, the regeneration of the fountain will keep him alive. Meanwhile, Zai is bottling up runes. All the regeneration in the world, he'll find a haste rune as well, and they're pinging out PPD. Yapsor only has to hit one Malefice, and they'll probably find the kill in mid. But instead, Zai's looking towards bottom lane. Working with Nisha, Mind Control has very little mana, 1/1 charge to work with, and Zai into the Rolling Thunder. Bounces through Mind Control, jumps straight back out, hitting Farder on the way through, and they can keep going. High movement speed. Do they have the life? However, Nisha starts to burn up a little bit more, and they really commit to kill off Farder. The commitment is worth it. Zai claiming a double kill on bottom.
And that was NiP just getting way too greedy with their movements. They're trying to get their supports level 6. Both Wyvern and Nyx hit a peak, so they have a lane each. TB's in the jungle, so there's no tower pressure applied anywhere else. And they make a move with their two strongest heroes on map and get punished hard. This is the benefit of Kunkka and Pango. The moment they're online, you cannot fight into them anymore. And you can see Zai Pango, he did that, I don't know how to explain it, but there's not a bug, but an intended mechanic where if you stop your Rolling Thunder while in the middle of Shield Crash, you can cast your, what's it called? Your Q, the Swashbuckle, and you land, I don't know how to explain it. You like Shield Crash on your, where you are, but you end up shield, moving away with the Swashbuckle. I don't know how to explain it. Ask a Pango player.
Basically,
but he knows what he's doing. That's the point.
Goes past the player, repositions behind, and still does the damage the way you want.
And that was a hard punish. Like all of a sudden, the game is even, and as we discussed, like Secret, you win fights.
Rolling Thunder's out once again. You may just see it happen once more. So there's the pickup, Mind Control. Nope, turn around, bounce him again. As mid one has a good follow through. Saksa was really thinking about helping out. It's the end of his vendetta that he has.
And all of a sudden, that huge lead that NiP built up in the lanes is gone, and now Secret's draft is online. And the Shadow Demon is no longer the worst hero in Dota, but all of a sudden a hard counter to not just Necro, but TB and Huskar. Thanks to the damage amplification from your W, you can make illusions of the TB, the auto-purge on everything Necro does. There's no way for Necro to itemize to survive in this game, which is why you see him going for a Force Staff. Any sort of immunity or resistance item just gets purged off.
Do they have still... Oh, Puppey drops the Sentry Ward. He was actually looking to D-Ward out. Maybe he was looking for the aggression from Nyx Assassin. Sux has been missing for a while. But the Observer and Sentry were perfect. I think they even saw the secondary Sentry Ward, the Observer Ward that got placed.
Yeah, that's really nice. So there's a lot of mind games there. Saksa identifying that there's probably a ward on this high ground just based on he saw the SD with a ward, now it's gone, knows where it is. And also Puppey placing that sentry. It's always cool to place these ward sentry traps when you're playing against Nyx. You want to not necessarily have detection in fights, but more, where is he? Place choke point double wards to ensure that you can track his movement through the woods.
They're looking towards top lane. Mid one. My control's back far enough. And Zai doesn't really seem to be that interested in the fight. It's Nisha and Saksa who just trade a little bit of hits. In fact, Nisha going to waveform forward. Now Mind Control, pull back in, and that was that combination we were waiting for. Actually missing a little bit on that Torrent. So not exactly what they wanted, but it will not matter when Yapsor's there to land the extra stuns.
That's just
And Nisha is still just going, he's going 1v2. He's been chasing Nyx for the last probably 30 seconds.
This is some trouble, but he should be fine here. A little low on mana. PBD trying to catch with the ultimate, but I don't think it's going to happen, or will it? Nisha?
Well, no one else is around him. The Shrine's not available for another 2 minutes. There's actually no quick TP support either. Like, both TPs for support, so Team Secret, one doesn't exist and the other's on cooldown. So Nisha is alone to fight on this bottom lane, and Saxa, oh boy. Alright.
It's the first mistake I've seen Nisha make outside of the laning phase in a while. Just getting a little cocky there. Doesn't have vision, should know Nyx is in the area. I like the play from Secret though. They made this little harass move on the Huskar middle, threatened him, forced a TP from Peter, who now has to run all the way back to bottom, where he wanted to continue playing just to try and get some tower pressure back up his Terrorblade. Yapstor in the meantime just farming jungle. He'll be rushing the Blink Dagger, which in this game I agree with, because Zai, and this is what we see with Secret, the cores pick up the support style items. Enables Yap to buy what he wants.
Yapsor with the Midnight Pulse. He has the Malphite Stun now available, but here comes the jump in. That's a great Black Hole opportunity as the Reaper Sight does not find the kill over on Conquer. In fact, Mind Control just pulled back into his own depth. The curse is out, and Zai is held in position. Ball and all. But they found the 2 kills the Team Secret really wanted to have. Mid one will be able to TP away to safety, away from the hunting Nyx Assassin.
And once again, it's on these 2 tanky cores of NiP. Necrophos, Mind Control's 0-4. His game is going to be utterly ruined if he isn't able to slap back with a couple kills coming up. But, I mean, Ace's game is great. It's top net worth. But at the same time, Pangolier, Kunkka, Morph, like, these heroes are very good matchups against you. And your illusions are going to have a very hard time surviving in a game like this.
NiP are potentially going to go... they're going to defend top. Here comes Winter Wyvern. Curse is not available, so Splinter Blast will just slow down the push. As Nyx Assassin still inside of Vendetta looking for more heroes to come forward, and PPD is very much alone. I don't know if this is part of the plan for NiP to try and get in and attack. Fada definitely wasn't doing that. He's looking to try and take out Ancient stacks, while Ace is adding pressure to the bottom lane. Zai just jumps over the top of him and actually looks for the kill. It's Ace's illusions hunting down Puppey.
I like those cool little plays from Secret. They're very good at pushing the envelope. Like, there's no need for Zai to do that. He's just trying to threaten and potentially force an NiP teleport in. There's no other reason for that, but it's just always good, just because you never know what sort of momentum you can get on the map from little maneuvers like that.
Sux has got some nice information on mid one. They've got very deep observer wards for NiP. Seeing across the Radiant jungle as well as seeing that northern side, so see both Yapsor and mid one. And just farming around.
Zai already with 3 charges on a Spirit Vessel. That is such a huge item in a game like this. It crushes Necro and Huskar. And again,
smoke.
Ooh.
And Saxa breaks it instantly. So there's only one hero left inside the smoke, and that's Zai. But team, yeah, NiP, they see everything coming their way.
If you're Secret want to force fights. They have a Blink, Enigma Hole. They've got all their ults up. They constantly want to be able to find kills. And man, the Mind Control, you do not want to be here. You know they're in the vicinity.
Well, but still, he's jumping in. Unless this is bait, Zai's going to jump forward. Winter's Curse is available for PPD, but then the jump forward and the hit back. Team Secret, this chain stunning onto Mind Control, executed perfectly. And then they split up, ensuring no Winter's Curse to mess up any kind of push from Team Secret. And Fada is still looking to fight. Yes, he doesn't have BKB, but he's still a very tanky Huskar. With Armlet off, he has 1842.
I mean, Ace does kill the bottom tower. That yeah, he killed it during that engagement, but I just don't know if this is a TB game like we saw in the previous series. I don't believe Ace can just win the game single-handedly, and I'm concerned that if his BKB timing is a bit slow, like Nisha's Morphling just will beat him as the game progresses. You get the free meta, you get the reflection when you take over the Morph with the Morph, or sorry, the TB with the Morph. And I think I said this already, but we're kind of sick of the Morph Terrorblade meta. But at the same time, you watch these heroes in games and you think to yourself, well, is there any other carry better? They just provide so much more than any other heroes in Dota right now.
And it seems so much you have to do to actually counter them as well. So once the hero pick comes, it's like, well, okay, well, we'll first face this. Spend the rest of your draft making sure you have an answer to us. But still, Terrablade's having, like, ace. As you said, like, maybe this isn't going to be his game, but he's on a good start for it. 8.8k, 8.9k is the net worth. Well ahead of all of the rest of Team Secret, even though Team Secret have 4 heroes in the 6.6k to 7k, and that's the Enigma, who's number 1. What a surprise. YapzOr finding a lot of money on the map. And this time, their smoke will not be instantly broken.
I like this smoke too because it's to wards. They already have these deep wards placed in the enemy jungle. They're going to just run straight for them, and look what they find.
They're going to find Fada, the perfect hit. Pick him up, pull him back in again. He's got the armlet turned on, but that will not save Fada. There was not enough support coming his way quick enough. And Sux is hoping for something else in return, but all he's seeing is Nisha. Does not have the damage to find the kill. So instead he's hunting the courier.
But look at Nisha, man. Hiding in the woods. What a player.
They know.
You know how hard it is to find somebody with that sort of awareness? I've never played with anyone that would hide a courier just based off Spidey senses.
Zai's in trouble. Ace going to go into the Metamorphosis. Zai has enough life. He's actually just going to Rolling Thunder and TP away to safety. Well away to safety, and the curse out in mid, Puppy. And he's actually going to reap beside them. 1 minute on the sideline for the Team Secret captain. They would like to go for a little bit more.
YapzOr's here. He's got Blink.
And he does.
And once he has BKB as well, only the winner's curse will be able to interrupt that ultimate. And I like his decision because, again, he's top net worth number 1. But look at the 4 heroes of Secret and how close they are. And the itemization, once again, is just so fluid. Zai enabling YapzOr to play this greedy style. He gets the Spirit Vessel, an item they desperately needed.
Mid one's kind of trying to keep that pressure off the bottom lane. This is very much a repeat of what we saw earlier today, where the Terrorblade on this Dire side just owns bottom jungle and continuously pressures towards the tier 2 tower, keeping one person down. I think the difference in this game, however, is mid one can just walk up and clean up the creep wave. Not with 1 hit just yet. He's not that strong.
Eventually.
Yeah.
And the timing is going to be the BKBs. They almost have one on the
YapzOr. Sucks to get the hell out of there. They're already TPing SD over. Waveform up. Nisha's on the hunt. YapzOr comes over. Spire Carapace will end up triggering this onto YapzOr, but he's more of a thorn in the side.
Relatively even exchange because they got the Lincolns on the Morph. He would have been very sad if that was gone for 3 minutes. That's such a critical item in a game like this. 3 wards on Puppy, a couple of sentries. Now they're going to look to address the map, set up for Roche.
Well, Nisha's already in. And if they're even setting up fully for it, the Observer Ward from NiP saw it all happen, so even if Morphling feels confident about this one, Nyx Assassin's back up in 1 second time. The smoke is out from NiP, and they do not find the opening they want. In fact, Team Secret pulling out of the pit.
They also don't find the Observer Ward. That sentry just missing the ward placed by Peter, who put it about 300 units further north than you would expect, and that evades the sentry.
I think Fada really wants to come into this fight just yet. He's 200 gold away from having the BKB. So just a little bit of extra time for the Huskar up on top, and he'll have what he wants. Meanwhile, on bottom, looks like Ace going to go after Puppy, and Reflection and Illusions chasing him into the tree lines, but with YapzOr moving over. Blinks forward, doesn't find the target he's looking for, but Puppy will still die in the trees. Could not escape the Illusions.
YapzOr hesitated for a couple moments, or he would have found the Terrorblade for sure. He wasn't sure which one was real, and by the time he realized Ace was on the retreat, just out of range. And it's the benefit, once again, of this move speed build. We saw Butterfly Sanj and Yansha last game. This time Ace going drums.
That's a real nice by Carapace. The swashbuckle from Zai, but here comes YapzOr, but the curse PPD in the right position. YapzOr is held there, and maybe with a stun in his own BKB, they can walk it out as X-Mark, Spot, Torrent, and Rolling Thunder. They're all coming forward, right on top of the Nyx Assassin as Nisha waveforms forward to get the kill onto Nyx. Mind control, he's got a little bit more life thanks to the Ghost Shroud towards the one charges. He's healing up pretty quickly, and he's got extra help. Fada jumping forward with that fresh BKB of his. He's there, ready to fight the Nisha. He's just so strong. The double kill for him already. Fada can't even stay close. The X-Mark Spot keeps pulling him back and forward. catch it up, fearful of the amount of damage that Team Secret can output.
That Winner's Curse actually got the scythe damage. It was a bit too early, so Pangolier not only survives, but now all of a sudden he's able to roll forwards and get what felt like 8 stuns off in the fight.
Just never-ending control. A double damage rune as well for the Morphling.
They do preserve the BKBs, though, both Huskar and Terrorblade with 10 seconds. And those are critical. You need to try and win a couple fights while these BKBs still have those big timers, because it makes Kunkka, Pango, these heroes don't do any damage anymore.
Nietzsche's going to go in for Roshan with that double damage rune. He feels very confident to do so.
There's no black hole, though.
No, they do not. No Rolling Thunder just yet. Ghost Shift is back up, as here comes the rest of NiP. Mind Control just jumps straight inside the pit, looking for his own target. No Reaper Scythe available. Zai rolling Thunders forward, manages to split 8 as well as Mind Control, but it's Farda, who is in so deep. It ended up being a 1-for-1 trade-off. He couldn't get back out again, but the waveform Mind Control, so much damage. Gex marks the spot into the torrent. The control will just sustain through all the duration of the Ghost Shroud. And NiP now with 2 heroes down cannot stop Roshan from happening.
That was, so I praised him the first time saving the BKB, but now Fada's taken 2 straight fights without BKBing. Like, if you're going to play this Huskar and you're leaping in, you need to be BKBing at the same time. He got disrupted. Well, he wasn't peeled off by a purge. He just straight up got disrupted in the face and then died. Like, I actually don't even know how this is possible.
Let's have another look at it again.
You can see him initiate. Puppy should die here. You should be BKBing. Instead, he's going to catch the disruption. And I believe Morph with the DD just kills him. Because now he's BKB, but he's not only hit by Morph and Purge, so he's got no move speed. He can't leap away, and he's standing in the Midnight Pulse. You got to BKB there.
Well, it's going to hurt him. No doubt about that.
That gives away Roche.
Gives away Roshan. And it's onto the defense. I would say that while Nisha has the Aegis Immortal, like, you know he wants to try and fight, and that's what they're doing. Down towards the bottom lane, it was NiP almost looking for this fight. PPD has the Winter's Curse available, but now Saksa needs to run away. 2 seconds till Spike Carapace, and that's 2 seconds too long. Winter Wyvern will complete the TP before Nisha is able to waveform forward and find him.
But I got a question, then. Will NiP actually be able to deal damage at a certain point? Zai is going to go for the Crimson Guard, and I imagine Greaves will be soon after. No one on NiP can really buy these teamfight items, and you're going to reach a point where Zai represents like plus 1,000 to 1,500 HP to his entire team, and your supports are just going to feed on the side of NiP. Huskar and Necro have a real hard time starting to deal damage. I mean, my control
disruption off. Nietzsche's not going to go in, and it's also just an illusion, hence they're not really trying to force it. It's the bottom lane that they're really going for. PPD with his own little Tinker Ward on the hill. Sees Zai come in nice and close. And here comes Huskar as well. They would love to just get that straight out jump over towards Zai. Nisha is low, but here goes Zai into the Rolling Thunder. He hits through the Winter Wyvern, bouncing off the walls. And PPD, at least he'll avoid the torrent. That's his upside for him. A swashbuckle away for Zai gets him into a safety zone. But the BKB burned from Terrorblade now onto cooldown. Saksa does not get pulled back into a stun. Instead, it's going to be mid one. He'll just connect and hit into 8. He's got another hit. And you know Nisha wants to find these kills of his own. With all these trees gone, he's got the vision down the side to keep battling up against NiP. They're fighting even outside the tier 2 tower. Another pullback onto Saksa. He does have the Spike Harris, but can't get it off in time as Yabsor just jumps forward. Farda, BKB, they're just trying to bait out these defensive items before they even go for the big fights.
They're playing this fight so well. They blew everything. They forced double BKB, they got Sunder, they got Meta. They're all like, they don't care. And NiP just has such a hard time playing into Secret's lineup because they have so much peel. You don't have any real catch. You have Huskar, TB, Necro. Where are your stuns? Who's actually able to go in and keep a fight going when you have a Pango and a Morphling that can just get away at any time? The other target's a Kunkka with BKB armlet. It's just not feasible.
They're chasing Saksa. They don't have the continued vision. I don't think that was the Rolling Thunder he really thought he was going to have.
And you can't fight into Secret's lineup anymore. Sure, your Terrorblade's an item ahead, but it doesn't matter. It's not relevant when you consider how Secret occupies 4 out of the top 5 networks. No one dies. You can't get on top of Puppy. You don't have any heroes capable of doing so long as there's a sentry down. And there's a threat of a BKB black hole at all times as well.
Yep. And that's where PPD just cannot burn the Winter's Curse. Like, he needs to wait for Yapso to go in for that blink black hole. And you could see him almost trying to bait out the curse by blinking forward so aggressively, like he was going to go for the black hole, and then nothing happened.
Secret have no intention of blowing their spells early. They just want to ensure NiP can't take that decisive engagement where Secret, like if Secret initiates, it's really the only way they lose is if they hard commit. A black hole with BKB up gets Wyvern ulted. There's 3 heroes there.
Yeah.
Lots of trouble all of a sudden. But they just want to make NiP use their cooldowns first, stay alive, and you can see Kunkka going for a halberd next. I again just think it's the name of the game for Secret is damage reduction, which is a concept they've abused to win both the PvP LAN in Singapore along with ESL Hamburg. And this is how they win a lot of their games, just maximizing their team's efficiency in both damage output and reduction. And you just sort of throw up your hands at a point and you think, how the hell do we kill anybody?
It's a very good question. I'm sure NiP will try and answer it pretty soon. Observers, sentries, that sentry will see the dire orbs. That was a fresh one down as well. But NiP, they'll throw down their own sentry orb, but it's fine. Nisha will clean that up. No problems whatsoever. Zai feels very much like bait coming in for the room, but PPD, what do you want to do? They don't see up the hill. They lost their observer ward. They needed to have that vision in order to have the information required to take the fight. They didn't know how much of Team Secret was behind.
Another really, again, the little things they do so well. Nisha went for Lincoln's this game, and Yapsor is going to get one as well. And at a certain point, first off, that means Enigma will no longer be interruptible. Wyvern cannot proc Lincoln's and get the ultimate. And you're also going to give the ability to double Lincoln's Nisha as he walks high ground. How do you sunder him now? How do you actually break Lincoln's? How do you...
Yeah,
like, look at all the single target spells.
Do you even have like enough items that would even break that?
Yeah.
I'm not even seeing a 4-star, no Hurricane Pike.
The only thing
Necro went full defensive.
Yeah, they literally have Mana Burn and Huskar ult, Necro ult, TB ult, Wyvern ult.
That's a lot of abilities you do not want to burn on just a Lincoln's.
Correct. And this is it. I mean, they have Crimson Guard. Nisha's really farmed, and you start pushing a bit with the Shadow Demon Illusions as well. Another mechanic that Secret's infusing.
And they even dodge the Splinter Blast. Like, that's meant to be the counter push for NiP. X marks the spot, managed to pick up over on Ace. Hitting nice and hard, but then again, Fada does manage to catch out Puppy, has to BKB and run away. Venetia does also burn his Metamorphosis. So a small trade-off. Kind of feels like NiP came out on top, but do they want more? Next Assassin's already on the hunt. He's going to find his target. It's going to be Zai. And they find the stun. They find the control. The Reaper's sight. The Lincoln Sphere tries to block it. Zai gets the distance away. They didn't do enough damage, and now Yapsor opens up with the black hole. He's already found the kill over on the Necro, but Ace moving forward on this Terrorblade. He wants to kill off mid one. Very little damage from him as Ace swaps the life. Saxa stays alive for the moment, but not that moment is gone. Nisha just jumps forward, and with the X marks the spot, Ace pulled back. He's one more hit away from death, but they can't reach him. Nisha will still have himself a triple kill. It is just his day as a Morphling. Saxa wants to kill off mid one, but the cold embrace, it is there. Saxa, no way to survive. Nisha is just way too good and way too everybody.
Did you see that? He still had the TB meta, right? Killing everybody. Tries to swap to Wyvern to get that lasted off on TP. If he landed that, it would have been a rampage and probably the play, maybe not of the tournament, but it would have, at least the day. Like, this guy is nuts. And there's the Morpher's TB factor. Not only do you get the meta, you have reflection spam as well. Morph should not be able to attack from that far away.
Oh, they should jump in, Yapsor.
No BKB?
They've got the X marks the spot, combining with both Torrent and Ship. You'll have to BKB once again from Fada. Down to a 6-second duration on his BKB. It's 7 seconds on the Terrorblade.
That came up like a hair before he would have died. I did not expect that X to... But I mean, he doesn't know that Fada's BKB is not going to be able to save him if he X's him back a little earlier. And game's looking grim.
Well, let's have another quick look at this one. So Saxa gets the setup they're looking for, but this Reaper's Scythe, a quick Lincoln Sphere protection, but Zai gets himself further away. So he already took the damage, but this follow-up.
Look at this from Nisha. It is so smooth. He's going to continue just chase the Wyvern, and then this play at the end is what's just really fun to watch. They get the nice thunder off on Zai. They're able to take him out. But look at how far he's attacking from. He finishes off the Nyx. He's hitting the TB. Ace tries to Manta dodge the X, which is really cool. And just not in time with the winner's blast. chill thing, whatever it's called.
Yep. That range from the Arctic burn is that's what was letting him hit from such insane range.
Does that stack with meta? That's something I have to test.
Test away and give us an answer, but all I know is that this Morphling was well out of harm's way. PPD has to cold embrace, protect himself as he gets hit by practically every magical damage piece they've got, and down he goes. Buyback is available for PPD, and he will need to do it. They need their Winter's Curse to defend this high ground, to not let that melee race go. With the X mark spot over on Ace, they're just trying to get the BKBs out. It's the two heroes that are trying to bait the BKBs on. They got caught inside that torrent.
It's so cool the way Secret plays this as well. Like, their whole draft can lay down these areas that you don't want to be in anymore, and they literally X that spot, bring somebody back into it, and they're dead. You've got a Midnight Pulse, the Torrent, Pango, Shadow Demon spam, and you always have the threat of the Morph thing as well. Like, you just can't survive if you're a support and you're caught by an X. There's nothing you can do. Nyx, Soxa looking to set up here, but there's a gem on somebody.
Yeah, Zai.
Pango.
It's Zai, and it's actually the stolen one as well. That's the one PPD bought and he dropped during the last engagement. Soxa is just doing the best he can to stay away. Like, he saw where the Pango was. Now they'll find YapzOr at the 35-minute runes. But there's no follow-up to this. There's no one that can get close enough. And every single rune bar one. Like, okay, yeah, sure.
You know another reason Pangolier owns Terrorblade? Your Heart Piercer removes all of his armor.
Bana's in trouble. BKBs begins the TP. Black Hole! Oh, cancel the TP out. Bana thought he was secure, but he's dead for a minute and then looking for more. The Rolling Thunder forward from Zai, trying to catch up towards the Terrorblade. He's able to do so. No, falls just a little bit short.
It's Arcane Rune, though, so it's 40 seconds, and that ultimate's going to be right back up again.
And they can just go for Roshan. No Huskar up for a minute, and Roshan's alive.
They still have their mid-tower, and like Secret's under no threat in this game whatsoever. The only towers they seeded are the two least important for their side.
Oh, mind control. Observer and Sentry was planted a long time ago by Team Secret. We're now having that fight up on top. And, well, they're just going to keep going into mind control. Pushing out the lane, allowing Nisha to attack. Good curse, a Shadow Demon, dropping down low, mid one. He's not going to finish the job. Support was there from YapzOr. I'll glimmer him up, give him some protection. It's actually Zai popping off the Crimson Guard, slowing down that damage of mid one.
And they're taking TB Illusions now with the Shadow Demon as well.
Nisha's just taking top rack, that's what they're really taking. Lincoln Sphere up, he's just going to change quickly. Look for the pop damage into mind control. Red one's got ship ready to roll. Does not connect over on the torrent.
He's saving the meta to pop. No, he doesn't use it though. Okay. I thought he was going to save, pop meta like the very end, and look for more spells.
For now, they just are very happy to keep the status quo. 12k is the gold advantage up for Team Secret. They got to feel very happy. 18k in the experience too. And they found a target. In towards the mid. A quick Malphasar off. Fada, BKBs, wants the fight with a Reaper's Sight. Down goes Enigma. That's a huge streak to end over on YapzOr, but what's going to be the collateral? It's PPD to start with. Nisha is well beyond godlike, and now they have to turn their attention towards the Terrorblade. He's holding his ground. Sunder is still available, but now Nisha, he'll just turn into the Terrorblade as well, beating in towards Ace. He swaps the life with actually Soxa, and that allows Zai to jump further forward. Spike Carapace not able to actually trigger and hurt Zai as he jumped up.
He was halberded for 5 out of that 7-second BKB. I mean, just near flawless play from Secret. Nisha knows he can play that aggressively because he's got a Linken's, and you can see how afraid Ace has to play. He's sundering defensively on his own ally constantly because he knows that he's going to get screwed by a Linken's and die if he tries to do so with the turnaround.
Man, what's really stronger? The reflection he pops over onto Nisha or the SD disruption and now just has Puppy turning Ace onto himself. Nisha will still stand his ground strong, even without the BKB, even without the Manta, and even without mana. They got the melee racks in mid. Top is still alive, but once again, Secret will just back off, reset. They can TP him back to base and then just X marks to spot him. So, like, here we go again. A quick regeneration for Nisha.
Oh. I feel like, you know that meme where it's like you're playing against Alliance? You do not ban Fury in Alliance first picks Fury.
Uh-huh. Is it the Morphling thing?
I think
like, why do you not ban Morphling in the first 3?
I don't know how to beat this hero. I especially don't know how to beat Nisha when he's on it. it feels like it just makes the game easy for Secret. They all know how to play. Everything they're doing works. Their itemization, the way they approach skirmishes, team fights, even the way they retreat.
Well, this might be the best opportunity they've had in a while, but no, they can't actually stun Zai in time. Roshan is dropping down low, 3.2k as Zai. Oh, there's the curse. That's going to be a quick hit and the follow-up double stun from Saksa. So Puppy will go down. He's buying back and going to TP out as quick as he can. And she's going to walk the whole way. But Nisha, he doesn't care. He's going after Fada. But the jump forward, Nisha maybe in a little bit too deep.
Oh!
And Yapsaw! There's your three-man hole. Zai to follow up. The damage is coming in mid-one. They can't do enough. Ace is able to sunder. And they're going to bring down Yapsaw. It looked good, but it didn't have any bite to it from Team Secret. They buy back over on Nisha. Zai is cleaning up the back lines. They would love a little bit more. And with the X marks the spot, Saksa, Puppy would like to try and get a little bit more. The follow-up sun's there, but Zai, man, he is king of the castle at the moment. And Nisha,
still
oh,
here?
okay, he's the real dirty rascal. Chasing after Ace, rolling boulder. That's going to be enough just to kick through and get that kill onto Ace. They just lose one after the other. You think NiP are on the board, are able to find these kills, dodging the big abilities, dodging the black hole, but NiP, they're all dead.
Why are they still there? They saw everybody buy back, and the heroes alive are Kunkka Pango. They're going to continue to pursue. They just get caught. With no BKBs, Kunkka all of a sudden becomes uncontrollable catch and just lands X after X after X. Like, he's got to be one of the most successful pirates I've seen since Long John Silver.
Let's have a look at it again. So Zai,
Yeah, they get a little too
jump
aggressive.
up. He just stuns over on 3. Now PPD, you think this is the good moment. No SD mess up. There's a double stun from the Nyx Assassin. But where did it go wrong?
The buyback's number one, but also, I mean, Secret shouldn't be playing that offensively. They're more trying to counter-initiate. This is a great black hole from Yapsaw. It just doesn't save Nisha. The problem is, NiP sticks around without BKBs.
Yep.
And Wyvern's dead. As soon as he gets that Sunder off, I think Ace just has to flee. And we've seen this time and time again, where a team, yeah, you lose a few, but you buy back,
back
get
live.
the turnaround.
Puppy, he's underneath the sentry ward. That's why
Oh.
Fada jumps for. They want that die back on him. The stun, it does connect over towards Nisha. But now Nisha, he's dropping down very, very low. But he's got the Aegis Immortal and the cheese to work with. He doesn't really care. He just moves further forward. Puppy can go down. Ace, how much damage have you got? They need to try and crack something. But so far, even Saksa with these double stuns, they just can't find their opening. Instead, it's going to be the Terrorblade. He has the Sunder available and the Curse. It's good. It's over on Kunkka, but Nisha's not doing anywhere near enough damage. And Mind Control, he actually switched the lives. The Reaper's Sight will come down. Kunkka is dead for 140 seconds. That gives him some time to think. And Nisha, maybe too deep, but then again, maybe he's Nisha. He is so damn hard to kill. Waveform in 1 second time. This will give him some distance, or he'll let the Aegis, the Immortal, break to switch the cheese in. Mind Control wants to help out to try and find this kill. Reflection, everything you've got. Yapsaw gets the black hole over on Ace, or does he? Yes, he does. 2 minutes on the sideline thanks to the dieback. No help was available from PPD because the Winter's Curse was still on cooldown, and he'll actually die as he walks back underneath the towers. It's Yapsaw with the double kill, and they're looking for a little bit more. Maybe Mind Control can hold the lines. Zai is trying to run away. PPD will buy back, so they lose 2 full lanes of racks. And NiP claim a couple of kills, but it's still a very costly fight.
Man. Again, Secret getting a little ambitious. I think if they play a bit more conservative, Yapsaw didn't have ultimate as that fight started. When the black hole's up, they're no longer defeatable, but just a little antsy to end the game. I think they went for tier 4s. They were like, maybe we just turn for the racks instead, but they lose a bit of their positioning window due to it. They're still in a great spot for the top 5 net worths. I think if you want, you could wait for next Roche, but I think it's more likely Secret look to make a smoke move after the Scotty pickup on Nisha and try and kill Ace again to close it out.
Yapsaw's kind of waiting for an opportunity to... I am not certain to do what. He's just letting his conversions kill off the shrine. Saksa will do whatever he can to stop it, but... yeah, those conversions have the plus 70 idle on damage, so they can do that quite easily themselves. And that's what he was waiting for, just to create new set.
Dude, and look at the item we've got on Yapsaw.
But yeah, he actually bought it.
Yeah.
And then he sold it. and then he bought it again. Like, he bought it before the fight, and then he sold it. So there was some level of indecision, but it's a refresher roll for the Enigma.
Yeah. It's never bad when they can't cancel your black hole anymore. It's just so good.
Or you just do it twice over with the immunity both times as well.
This is one of the every hero that's good, or rather every hero that is a GPM talent at level 10 or 15 seems to be good. And when you combine the crazy kit of Enigma with a 150 GPM talent at level 15, it's bonkers. There's a reason this hero is going to be first picked or banned pretty much every game in this tournament.
We also thought Phoenix was going to get a little bit more of a traction in this tournament, and so far, everyone's gone a different angle.
You can kill the egg, you can't kill the entropy of a black hole.
Team Secret are grouping up on bottom. They got one lane left to crush before they get the Megas up and running. And it will be a hell of a lot of work for NiP to hold the line.
And this is just easy, methodical games. They've got the Scotty, and now it's go time. You have the Aeon Disc on Puppey. All of the cores have 3,000 HP.
The only thing they don't have this time around is that Aegis and Cheese, which should allow Nisha just to extend the fight. PPD is looking for the cursed target, but when they X-mark spot him BKB, like, there's just nothing to gain. There's nothing to do. Like, they cannot stop Nisha, and even if they start on Nisha, he's just going to get pulled back to safety.
Yeah, they back up for the bounty runes, but I mean, how cool is that? Like, that was a tier 3 through Crimson Guard in the duration of a BKB. And it's now very difficult for NiP to defend high ground. Secret, again, no pressure. Roche spawns in 3 to 6 minutes. They might look to end, but they can also just keep controlling the map. They've taken out both shrines, and NiP is thoroughly sealed in their base.
Sucks, at least he has that gem of PPD back. That was the one thing they were able to regain, but no, I suppose, actually, is that the one they regained? Yeah, because Zaya's got his one back again. So either side, they have vision, they have anti-vision to play with.
They're doing a good job of sweeping the map together, where they clear both lanes, they clear the jungle, and no one's ever out of reach of their allies. Because you invite a fight if you're Secret, if NiP want to give it to them, but they have no need to invade the high ground just yet.
Oh, Absol, he's going in way!
Oh, didn't BKB?
He black hole for that one, and now PPD's coming over. They got extra help. Remember, he has the refresher. The Reaper side does not find the kill, but the damage remains. That will. So no Enigma for the moment. He has buyback available as now Nisha comes into the fight as that Morphling, well as everybody. And the buyback's there from Enigma. He's deeping over towards the Shrine with a double torrent and control, mind control. Oh! Mid-1! Slice him, dice him, and serve him up for dinner. NiP, you're on the menu.
Man, and Nisha gets so much love from us the entire game. You forget that they've got the first or second player to hit 10k MMR on the mid. And that's it.
Oh,
there's no buyback TB. No buyback Necro. Game over, folks.
Yeah, they're coming in. Game 1 looks to be going the way of Team Secret.
Halberd.
Husker jumps forward, but yep, he's just disarmed. And mid-1 beats him down. One more hit will do it. He hasn't got him just yet. Now he has, but yeah, bottom tower is gone. 3 heroes on the sideline. And this game, it belongs to Team Secret. Even with the curse out, no one's close enough to Yapsol for him to die. Team Secret, 1-0 against NiP, and one victory away from securing that upper bracket position at the KL Major.
I love watching Secret play, man. They're so good. They do all the things